My intuition is telling me there'll be better days.
Okay, so today we are going to be trying out the PUR 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Longwear Foundation and Concealer. So I got this off of the Ulta website. So let me read the details to you. This retails for $36 and you get 1 fluid ounce, which is typical for foundation. And it says, redefined complexion perfection with PUR's groundbreaking Longwear Foundation and Concealer. 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Longwear Foundation and Concealer. Formulated to instantly mask blemishes and imperfections, leaving behind a natural skin-like finish. This multi-purpose complexion miracle serves as both a foundation and a concealer with a unique dual applicator component for quick and easy application. Conceal blemishes, dark spots, and imperfections with the targeted doe foot applicator, or achieve flawless all-over coverage with the pump. Packed with skin-loving ingredients, this longwear formula helps protect skin against environmental stressors like pollution and high-energy visible blue light for a healthier-looking complexion. Oh, I do like that it protects against pollution and blue light. One thing I am confused about, though, it's called 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie. So it says foundation and concealer. Like, I count 2. Like, what are the other 2? Key ingredients and benefits: energy complex, a combination of ginseng, green tea, and vitamin B that helps boost the skin's natural metabolism and rejuvenate the skin's appearance. Lingonberry extract helps protect skin against abuse caused by high energy visible blue light. Polysaccharide film provides a protective, breathable film on skin to help shield skin from environmental stressors like pollution. Keratin complex helps smooth skin and refine skin texture and tone. Cruelty-free, vegan-friendly, gluten-free. Okay, let's get into it. So how foundation reviews go here on my channel, I am going to use a matte primer on one side and an illuminating primer on the other, so we can see if there's any difference in the final finish of the foundation, and also how the foundation wears on top of 2 different primers. And also, oh, it made me remember I forgot a sponge. On one side I'm going to blend it out with a brush, and the other side I'm going to blend it out with a sponge, which I need to get. But first, let us prime. So on the matte side, I'm going to be using this Benefit the Porefessional, and this is the hydrating version. And I'm going to put that on the side. I'm so glad they came out with a hydrating version, because the original version, like, I would try to wear it and the foundation would literally like ball up and it would look like I had skin peeling off my face. It was horrible. My skin is just way too dry. Oh, I just put my finger went in my nose accidentally. That time it was an accident. Okay. And for the Illuminati, want to join? For the illuminating side, if you didn't already guess, I'm going to be using my Farsali Liquid Glass Primer. This has to be like hands down my all-time favorite primer in the existence of makeup as of right now, but I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. Whenever I do try a foundation that is a foundation and concealer in one, I typically don't use it as a concealer as well, because I like my concealer to be lighter than my foundation shade, so it'll give a brightening effect. So that's why. But so I got the shade LG3, and like it said, it does have either a pump or a doe foot applicator. So I'm assuming that would be to use it for concealer, but I'm just going to use this to put it on for foundation, because it's easier and cleaner than using the pump side. I have worn this a few times already, so for the most part, I have, you know, a good opinion of it. And this will just either, you know, confirm or deny my opinion, because this is different than me like normally wearing it, because I have all the lights and everything. So I get a different experience, I should say, or just I see it in a different light, literally. Okay, so on this side, I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender. So from wearing this previously, I would definitely say it is a full coverage foundation that gives a satin finish. And it's very hydrating because I have super dry skin. So I definitely think this would work if you have normal or dry skin. I'm not sure about combo to oily. You would just honestly have to try it. Okay, now the other side I'm going to blend out with a blush, and this is my Ultimate Blending brush by e.l.f. And typically brushes are going to give you a fuller coverage. But actually, it's looking like the Beauty Blender side has more coverage right now, actually. What is going on? So I definitely would agree that it has a natural finish. It's a very beautiful natural finish. Very like skin-like. You know what? I think this is the first time I have ever liked a foundation more on the Beauty Blender side, but I really do. So here is the Beauty Blender side. Let me get you a little closer here. And here is the brush side. This looks a lot more like hydrated and like fresh and like just skin-like. And this just looks a lot drier. Okay, so let me put some concealer on. I'm going to use Huda Beauty, the Overachiever Concealer in Marshmallow. So I'm gonna put this, oh no, don't get on my camera. I'm gonna put this on my hand first and then apply it with a brush. You don't have very good control with this applicator, so I just prefer to apply it with a brush because I'm a control freak. And then I'm gonna use my Beauty Blender to blend that out. Alright, now I'm gonna go in with my Huda Beauty setting powder. It's snowing in Florida. Setting powder. Oh, I can definitely tell. You know what's crazy? Even though I use the illuminating primer on this side, using the brush with that foundation made it look drier. But now that I like put the concealer on and use the sponge to blend it out, I can definitely see the illumination now compared to this side. I'm gonna do the powder all over me. I'm also gonna go in with this Jaclyn Hill powder. What's it called? Luminous powder in Do Me, and just in like certain areas, like under my eye, and then also like where I didn't go with that Huda powder. Okay, so here is the foundation with concealer and powder. So this is the side with the like mattifying blurring primer, and this is with the luminous primer. So I'm just gonna go finish the rest of my makeup and come back and show you the finished look, and then we'll do a wear test because I'm going to be wearing this all day, so we'll definitely get an idea of how long it wears. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so I have finished my makeup and I've had it on for a total of about 2 hours now. And the only thing that I noticed that was starting to come off a little bit was a little bit on the tip of my nose. I just put a little powder on top of that. But everywhere else, it seems to be holding up really nicely. I don't notice much of a difference between the two sides. I mean, I guess this side does look a little bit like more dewy, but for the most part they look the same. Yeah, I'm really liking this foundation. Like I said, it's full coverage, it's natural finish, and it does give you kind of like that selfie filter type of blurring finish. So we'll just see how it continues to hold up throughout the day. I'll keep on checking back with you guys. Okay, so I need to take a nap, but I wanted to come back in and check in with you guys before I take a nap, and my makeup is looking crazy. So I've had this foundation on for, it's been a little over 5 hours now, and it honestly, it looks just as good as it did when I first applied it. Like, I touched up my nose that one time, but I haven't touched up anything since, and it looks just like it did when I first put it on. I'm really liking this foundation. It's very lightweight, and it does give your face kind of like a flawless finish. So yeah, we'll have to see how it looks after I'm done taking my nap. Probably not gonna look so hot, but you know, we'll see. And I mean, I think this is looking really good for over 5 hours right now. So yeah, and I'm also loving the fact that this foundation was only $36. So it's, I mean, it's not super cheap like, you know, a drugstore foundation, but it's also not as expensive as a lot of high-end foundations. So it's like right in the middle, and I think it's just as good quality as, you know, some of the high-end foundations I've tried. So yeah, I just wanted to check in real quick, and I'm gonna go take a nap now. Alright guys. Okay, so last you guys saw me, I was going to take a nap. And I've noticed there's a big difference between the naps I take now and the naps I used to take when I was a kid. Yeah, I don't wake up. So I guess I can't technically call them naps, they're just sleep. So that's why I did not come back. But I am headed to work right now, and I did the exact same foundation routine. The only thing that I did different was I used my beauty blender just to blend out the entire face because I really liked the finish that the beauty blender gave. But you know, I didn't think that mattered because we had already, you know, discovered that like application with the brush made it look a little bit drier, so I'm like, I'm gonna make it look good. So let me, oh, this is like the worst light. When I might have to wait till I turn that street up there. Hold on. But then you can't really see the foundation. That's like too bright. Is there a compromise? I'm gonna wait till I turn on this street up there. There's better lighting. Hey, hey, hey. Dear Mrs. Bill Collector, I knew you were just doing the job, don't mean to disrespect you. We've been going through the same since way back. I told you when I get the dough, I will pay back, but I got problems, baby. Yeah, if you only knew, I got bigger problems, baby. So why you talking about the money that I owe like as if I didn't know, man? It don't mean nothing to me. Cause right now I got my little boy crying and my grandmother dying. Could you please stop fucking with me? Listen here, I ain't looking for no tears. My brother got a year and my mama keeps smoking that shit. On top of that I'm broke. Please put your notes for the next one. Call me up talking shit. This might be the best that we're gonna get. a video when I get out of my car at work, but right now here is how the foundation is looking. I'm really liking this foundation. Okay, I forgot that getting out of my car at work meant getting out into a parking garage. There's not much sunlight, so I just have the lights from my car on. But here is how it is looking at the beginning of my shift when everything looks nice and pretty. So yeah, depending on how busy I am, I'll check in throughout the night, but I'll definitely be checking in when my shift is over. So that will be 12 or 13 hours. So I will see you guys later. Okay, so it is now 1:50 a.m. So I've had this foundation on for almost 8 hours. And I do want to point out that I've had to wear a surgical mask my entire shift. So this is going to be a little different than a normal wear test. Clearly you can see where it's coming off around my nose and clearly where the mask is. But as far as everywhere else, like where the mask isn't touching, I think it's held up really well. I have not touched up at all. I'm probably going to go touch up and put some powder just around this area. But for having a surgical mask on the entire time, I think this still looks really good. And like, I usually have a lot more makeup like inside the surgical mask than this, so that tells me that it doesn't transfer very easily. So yeah, I'm really loving this foundation. I'll show you guys what it looks. What it looks like when I'm done my shift. And yeah, let me get back to work. My shift is over. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. For any of my Drag Race fans, you know what I'm talking about with that. Hallelujah. So let's get to talking about this foundation. So it has been 13 and a half hours, and despite wearing a surgical mask all night, like, my foundation's still looking pretty fresh. I mean, besides around like the nose area, but other than that, yeah, I definitely think this is a really long wearing foundation, and I'm really liking it. So I would definitely check it out if you are interested. And yeah, I just think it's a really good foundation, especially, and it's a good price point as well. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am excited that I don't have to go back to work tonight, so I'm gonna try and get some sleep. I might try and film a video, we'll see. But I love you guys, and I will see you next time.